All right, thanks for joining everybody. My name is Leo Girardi. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Predictive Sales, and I am joined with CEO and founder Ty King, as well as our VP of Data Science, Adam Barrett.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
So we wanted to take a minute this morning to make an important announcement and give our clients a heads up of what is coming down the road in the form of advertisements on ChatGPT, which should be becoming available here shortly. And we wanted to stress and go over what it means for our customers, our industry, and how we could collaborate to get you guys ahead of this groundbreaking opportunity. So with that being said, I'll let Ty speak a little bit further on what we want to convey and have you guys get out of this short conversation.
Thanks, Leo. Really excited to talk to you guys about this subject and roll this out to our customers. OpenAI's ChatGPT has officially announced that it will be rolling out ads on ChatGPT starting February 6th. I don't know if it has anything to do with the upcoming sporting event that's happening around the Super Bowl, but maybe. So the challenge is it's going to be a invitation only and a substantial budget. They are saying that it's roughly about $200,000, and it's unclear whether it's going to be monthly or a total budget. And this is a pilot, guys. So we have most of our customers are not in a position to put $200,000 into a program that is a pilot, even though ChatGPT is amazing. It's a pilot, and it's going to be challenging. I see it as more of a branding play initially for really large brands. While we do have a couple customers that are engaging, it's going to be a pilot and it's going to be branding as I see it initially. Leo, what's your perspective?
Yeah, I was thinking it's something that we want to be aware of. We're going to see how it goes. We know that there is the benefit of being an early adopter. When something is new, getting ahead of it, you kind of beat the competition before it becomes very crowded. So while we determine what the entry levels are, I think it's very important to start thinking ahead of how you could benefit from this platform and how it relates to you guys at a price point that you guys are comfortable with a strategy that's going to be effective. But one of the key differences when considering ads on ChatGPT versus maybe some of the more traditional advertising channels is we know how people are using ChatGPT and how homeowners are searching or finding their answers. They're going less and less to a Google search or finding their answers on social media, and they're going to an AI platform like ChatGPT to ask questions, to find out answers. So when a company shows up there, it feels more like a recommendation than an advertisement. So I think long term, this does have the benefit to combine intent based audiences with some of the targeting that we could layer on top of that. So it is very exciting to determine what the next 3, 6, 12 months could look like and how this could play a role in your advertising. In the short term, I think it's we want to figure out how it could fit with.
Yeah, you hit on something really important there. The intent based is going to be really interesting on this. Because if you think of how people use ChatGPT versus a traditional Google search, a traditional Google search, they're trying to infer the level of intent based off of a keyword or a series of keywords. and potentially the sequence of those. Whereas the ChatGPT is an entire conversation that they can actually use to infer what the intent is. So it's not just looking for XYZ in my market, but they're saying, hey, this is the issue that I'm foreseeing or something that I want. How do I go about getting that? And they have an entire conversation to infer the level of intent. Um, so the who they serve ads to has the potential to be a lot higher intent. So the how well or how the right audience could be really good, and that's I think why they're leaning into their more premium price points on their CPM, to kind of help justify that. Because right now they are looking to be asking at a very premium, CPM that is upwards of 3 to 4 times the industry average right now.
Yeah, and to that point, that's where tracking is going to become more and more important because quality leads are worth it sometimes, or premium leads are worth it sometimes. We know that, sometimes social leads could be less expensive but convert lower. Search have a higher intent, so it might be worth spending more money there versus ChatGPT. If that intent is as high as what the conversations kind of make it seem like they could be, that premium cost price point could be worth it, but your tracking of that lead needs to be very thorough, and you need to know exactly what you're getting in return from it to make sure you're coming in at a price point that you feel comfortable with.
Those are some great points, guys. My conversations with the team over at OpenAI, their sales points are, users aren't scrolling, they're asking questions and they are going after high intent, decision oriented conversations. OpenAI's stance is they heavily focus on trust, transparency, privacy. They do say that ads are going to be labeled. Ads don't influence decisions, and privacy conversations are not used in targeting. So we'll see if that is really the case or not. From my perspective, as I mentioned, I don't see this as lead generation right off the bat. It's not going to replace Google Ads or SEO. We need to look at it as an additional avenue, just like all of the other lead sources. And, you know, we're going to see from a handful of folks that are doing it what the outcomes are so we can learn and adopt it for our home service customers.
Yeah,
Leo?
and I'd like to go back to what you said earlier, Ty, about, ads potentially not influencing, the conversation on ChatGPT, which leads to something that you could benefit right now before ads, even long term without ads. And that's preparing your company with the right content on your website, on your blog, on your social media, on your local listing to tell these AI platforms who you are, what type of services you offer, who you work with, why homeowners should trust you, because that's going to be the foundation to show up organically, or when ads start rolling out, they're going to need that to be able to serve your ads. Because if they indeed want these conversations and the ads to flow in naturally without bias, it's going to be very important for you to set that foundation. And again, the key is here that you could still benefit from just organic visibility in these AI platforms by doing these things, which obviously our platform does very efficiently, especially with the rollout of our new Project Showcase platform. But that is something, Ty, that I wanted to bring out, that whether you're talking ads or just the benefit of ChatGPT traffic, it's very important to make sure your foundation is sound.
That's a really great point, Leo. I'm so glad you brought that up. All of our customers on our platform have been optimized for ChatGPT for well over a year. So all of that content is getting indexed and coming up in agentic search, meaning our customers are found in ChatGPT. The way that we wrap reviews using schema around our projects is lending towards rankings in agentic search, and our customers are being found. This is just another avenue to increase the frequency of which a customer could be visible in an agentic inquiry by a homeowner.
I was going to say it's just to kind of support what Ty is saying. It's and something that you were kind of alluding to earlier is this is potentially a great add-on for additional, but it's not necessarily going to be a full replacement for any of the existing digital advertising channels today. Right now, OpenAI, they're the tiers that are going to be supporting ads, which is not every single one of their users. It's going to be their newly defined Go tier and their free tier, is about 800 million weekly users. So it's a pretty decent pool, but it's still not the same level of volume as number of like Google searches that are done per day.
But with that being said, I promised a couple minutes. I think we're a little overboard as far as time, but we all are very excited about this rollout and figuring out with each of our clients one-on-one how you guys can benefit from it first and foremost. Ty, I'll let you close it up if there's anything that you have to add.
Thanks, Leo. It's going to be really exciting to see what happens here, and we're going to be giving our customers feedback as we learn over the next 2 to 4 weeks into 60 and 90 days. You're, of course, having a conversation with the team over at Google about Gemini's introduction of ads in Gemini. So it's going to be great to learn about that. And Leo, thanks so much for putting this together. Adam, thanks for participating, and we look forward to sharing more with you as we learn more. Thank you.